Welcome back in. Main Street Sports today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Mo Patton here with you on this Friday as we get ready for high school football and the weekend that is ahead in college football. But Mo, first, got to go back to something we talked about yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, Bronny James, Ohio State.
Okay.
Did you happen to see this?
Mm-mm.
So LeBron buys the football team custom beats with little Buckeyes on there, the helmet stripes. That's pretty solid, man.
That is solid.
That's pretty cool.
That's the purchase of a guy who could afford to pay for his son to go to school.
Right.
You know? So that's interesting. But yeah. That's who do they have this weekend?
Who knows?
Some cupcake, but
probably, but no, they don't. They're in our pick'em. They are in our pick'em. Yeah, it's
okay.
Wisconsin.
Oh,
so
unranked Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, how about that? But
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, let's let's get into it here with some picks, and we'll start in the ACC. Mo, we'll go Clemson, number 5, 7.5-point favorites at number 21, Wake Forest. On the road, ranked opponent, touchdown and a half-point favorite.
Sam Hartman's still working back for Wake Forest.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Clemson's got too much on both sides of the ball for Wake Forest to dent that 7.5. I like Clemson to cover.
I'm going to take the Deacons in this one, Demon Deacons. I think, I'm still not sold, obviously, on Clemson's offense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Wake Forest is going to put up some points. I think this is going to be probably a field goal game either way. So I'm going to take Wake Forest in this one at home.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, home dog action. Indiana at Cincinnati, 2:30 on ESPN2. Cincinnati, 14.5 points at home against the Hoosiers.
Indiana had to go overtime to beat Western Kentucky last weekend. I don't.
That is
think,
true.
I don't think they cover here, especially at Cincinnati. I like the Bearcats here.
Yeah, Cincinnati, since that first loss, has not looked great. That being said, again, they are at home. I don't know. I'm not sure how they went from number 23 to unranked after losing by a touchdown to Arkansas on the road. I mean, but here we are. So yeah, I've got the Bearcats in this one as well. I think they'll probably I think they win maybe 3 touchdowns. Number 15, Oregon. 0.5 point from a touchdown at Washington State, 3:00 on Fox.
I'm just not. Washington State doesn't do anything for me, and I think Oregon, as we've seen of late, is better than they looked against Georgia. I like Oregon by at least a touchdown in this ball game, so I think they cover.
I'm with you. I think Oregon's got this one. I think Washington State surprised me last week. Give them that. They definitely surprised me, but I don't think that you're going to see that again this week. So I've got the Ducks as well.
Quack.
Northern Illinois at number 8, Kentucky. Kentucky 25.5 point favorites. 6 p.m. on ESPN2. That seems like a lot of points, but You're the number 8 team in the country.
They're the number 8 team in the country, and they're playing at home. And again, Northern Illinois just lost at home to Vanderbilt by 10. 25.5 sounds like a lot. I'm going to take the Wildcats anyway.
It is a lot. It's too much for me. Northern Illinois.
All right.
Don't ask why.
No, 25.5. That's a big enough reason, I think.
Wisconsin, unranked, number 3, Ohio State. 18.5 points, 6:30 on ABC.
I'm taking the Buckeyes.
Thought you might do that.
That's basically that's 3 touchdowns. I think that's probably about right.
I think 17 is right, so I'm going with the Buckeye. I'm sorry, I'm going with the Badgers on the road.
Oh, okay.
Wisconsin has allowed 8 points a game.
Against.
Oh no, but they lost the last game they played. So,
all right.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
you look at it, go, hey, I mean, they shut out Illinois State and gave up 7 to New Mexico State and lost 17-14 to Washington State at home. You're going on the road to Ohio State to the Horseshoe. That's the kind of game that Wisconsin lives for. It is.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but yeah.
Okay,
you're gonna have to show me.
Here's the number: 40.5. Alabama and Vanderbilt.
So, if Alabama wins 40-0, then Vanderbilt covers.
How do you even get to 40 though? Be hard to get to 40, I think.
Yeah, because it's not like Alabama's going to be kicking a lot of field goals in this. Oh, I am. Well, I mean,
can Vanderbilt score on them with AJ Swan, with what they have? Can they?
With Will Shepherd, I mean, they might can throw for 1 or 2. Somebody slips in the secondary, you know. I mean,
and Swan season has time to see him.
Yeah. I'm taking Alabama to cover this.
I think I got to go Tide too. I don't want to, but yeah.
I mean, that number really. The number scares you, but it's Alabama and it's Vanderbilt.
There you go.
So,
how many times have they not beaten Vanderbilt by more than 41 points?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So,
that's a good question.
Kansas State at number 6, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, 13.5 point favorite, 7 p.m. on Fox.
K-State's playing pretty well right now. Oklahoma's Oklahoma. I'm taking the Sooners, especially at home. I mean, they win this game by at least 2 touchdowns, in my opinion.
Man, I don't know. They have looked really good. I can't decide if I want to go with my gut or with the picks that are 20-9. My gut hadn't been great, but this team just lost to Tulane and scored just 10 points doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go with the Sooners.
I don't think that's a bad pick.
Anyway. All right, number 7, Southern Cal at Oregon State. Got to go on the road. But they're a 7.5 point favorite at 8:30 on the Pac-12 network, if you get that.
At.
Corvallis not an easy place to play.
No, and Pac-12 after dark and all of that other
exactly.
stuff. I mean, as you were saying about Wisconsin, I think this is the type game where Oregon State jumps up and does something unexpected. I'm going to take the Beavers to cover. I'm going to take USC to win, probably by a field goal.
Man, I think you're right. I think this is the type of game where Oregon State kind of shows up. So I'm going to go Beavs as well. Never would have thought that.
Same. Yeah. I just, the more I sat here and looked at it and just thinking crazy stuff goes on late at night out on the left coast. So
yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right. Staying out west, Pac-12 after dark on ESPN, number 13 Utah at Arizona State with a interim coach. 15.5-point favorites are the Utes. I'm sorry. What did you just say?
You said Utes.
Utes. What is a Ute?
I'm taking Utah here. I just think Arizona State's got a lot going on and off the field, obviously, and Utah is pretty good. I'm going with the Utes. These Utes.
We tried last week with Nebraska, thinking, "Oh yeah, they're gonna rally."
They did not.
Arizona State ain't gonna rally neither. No, I got Utah as well. All right, Mo, we got plenty of time to discuss this one.
Oh, God.
2:30. CBS, Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson on the call, whether you like it or not. Number 20, Florida. At number 11, Tennessee. Tennessee has not beaten the Gators since 2016. It's their only win since 2002, I think. It's been a long time.
16 of the last 17, I think, is the number I heard.
There you go.
Which is unbelievable.
It is a little insane to think about. There's no question there. Florida leads the series 31-20. Tennessee is a 9.5-point favorite.
Man. History tells me Tennessee will not cover. Clearly, Tennessee can win without covering. But if Tennessee somehow wins by 10, they cover.
So, Tennessee is one of like 12 teams that have covered in every game so far.
So far this season?
Yes.
So Tennessee has covered against Ball State,
Pitt, and Akron. And listen, covering
Pitt being the key, I guess.
Well, but covering against those other teams is kind of hard to do when the number's 40.
Or as big as they were, yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, this team is this game is massive for Tennessee. Two reasons. One, you need to kind of feel like you've broken that curse.
Absolutely. But and I think the storylines that a lot of college football people have written this year is that if Tennessee does not beat Florida this year, when will they?
And listen, I've been a part of programs and teams that feel like their bitter rival has made a deal with the devil. And look, it last year is a prime example. Now, I know if Tennessee had played Florida in week 11 instead of week 3, that's a different outcome.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. But you didn't beat them last year, and they weren't very good.
Mm-hmm.
They had the same quarterback they had this year. They got the same quarterback that's out in Arizona State stinking it up. They had two bad quarterbacks, and you couldn't beat them. It's Billy Napier, and here's the thing. Billy Napier likes to play. He will make sure, he doesn't care who the opponent is, that the game is close. He just wants to be close in the fourth quarter to give his team a chance to either win it with offense or get a stop on defense and win the game. That's his motive. That's his MO. That is exactly how Billy Napier wants to play. Can he do it against this Tennessee offense?
It's a good question. But, again, if it's a one-possession game, Tennessee doesn't cover. And with that in mind, I'm taking Florida.
Montrell Johnson's run for 240 yards. To me, the difference in the game is the defensive line of Tennessee versus this offensive line of Florida, because if they can get pressure on Anthony Richardson and force him into bad decisions, he's going to make mistakes. If they can't, or
here's the thing, here's what you got to be careful of: is if you get pressure on Anthony Richardson and he decides to just tuck it and go, and everybody's bailed to cover, and all of a sudden he's looking at 20 yards of green grass, he can hurt you there.
The problem is that Anthony Richardson waits too late to decide to pull it. He is trying so hard to
stay in the pocket,
be the pass first quarterback, and stay away from the idea that he is Cam Newton 2.0. And he doesn't realize that being Cam Newton 2.0 will get you drafted.
More now than ever.
And so I feel like, and that goes back to his decision making. I don't think he makes good decisions at any point in the game. I don't think Anthony Richardson makes the right decision in clutch moments far more times than he does.
I understand what you're saying. Understand what I'm saying. Tennessee's going to win this ball game. I just don't think they're going to win it by 10.
Byron Young and Tyler Barron have to be on their P's and Q's. I just look, I'm not even trying to pick this game. I'm just trying to rationalize this game so that I don't have expectations of Tennessee's going to win this football game. It doesn't matter what, blah, blah, blah. I can't make that call in my head and be okay when it gets to 2:30 tomorrow and Montrell Johnson runs for 160 yards. Because look, Kadarius Toney, I mean, I could reel off, 5 names of Florida players who they just feel like they always have big games against Tennessee, and Tennessee's the only team that they ever have big games against. And I think what you have to think about, though, when you get to thinking that way, is Cedric Tillman and Jalen Hyatt. Cedric Tillman's not going to play. I don't think he's going to play.
I think it'll take something pretty drastic to keep him from playing, and maybe it is. I don't know. I just think Tennessee has got too much offensive firepower, even if Tennessee's defense has some breakdowns. So again, I think Tennessee wins the ball game. I don't know that they necessarily cover.
If Tennessee wins the game, they will cover. So I'm going Vols.
Okay. So if they win at all, they'll win by 10 plus.
I don't think they can win it close against Florida. I think if the game is close, they will not win because they'll look. You've got a lot of players on this team. Here we go again. It's Florida. What did they do to make it to be able to keep playing us like this? We can't beat this team no matter what we do, no matter how good we are. We just can't beat Florida. Hopefully that's not the mindset, but in the fourth quarter, you're up by 3 and they're driving. You kind of get a little worried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if Tennessee wins, they're going to have to cover. So I'm picking as a fan here. I'm going Tennessee to cover.
Okay. Certainly going to bear watching.
Just for the record, Bowling Green coach Scott Loeffler will not travel for the Mississippi State game. He will not be in Starkville with his team on Saturday.
Is that illness or otherwise?
Personal health matter.
Oh, wow. Hate to hear that.
Yeah. You don't love to hear it especially after that big win over Marshall last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you want to hear. So,
okay.
But just happened to see a headline that
scrolling through Twitter as you want to do.
Yeah, just scrolling through. So anyway, welcome back, Pekka Rinne, as a coach for the Nashville Predators. Always good to have him here in Nashville. So
Coach Pekka.
Coach Pecks.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's get out of here, Mo. It's been a fantastic week. Thank you to all of our fine guests. Thanks to Jeff Him for trying
efforting
and efforting as he has done so often. We'll get him back on before the end of the year, no question there, because they'll be making a trip to Las Vegas most likely here soon. So
look forward to that.
Follow us on Twitter, as you see there on the screen, at @MS_sports today. Watch us on YouTube, subscribe there, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or on your Roku, Apple, or Fire TV devices. You can download Main Street Media TV. Just search Main Street Media TV, all spaced out like three. They're 4 different words. Don't put it all together. But if you do that, you can watch us on your big screen like some folks do outside on their patios, and we appreciate those folks for sure.
Like some folks do down in Alabama, huh?
Yeah. Oh, my dad's always watching. So there you go. That's going to do it for this episode of Main Street Sports Today. I'm Chris Yao, and Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen,